All right, 200, 151 ETP promos sold. You see 194 sold today, so close enough. And I like this happened. Actually, I saw this after I saw the ETP price rise and the demand rise to 9. You see, the last couple days been selling more. So I feel like there's been some sort of targeting back to the ETBs for 151. Also, I saw like Prismatic had some the EV promo has started to see more sales. So there's definitely some activity that happened before that's kind of resuming. I think that like people waited for like things to kind of dip down, and now people are looking for buy opportunities. Like the real investors, or a lot of investors are probably going like, hey, what should I buy? And yeah, the promos are around $18-19 with that, or $20. So they kind of went back up. I want to look at the pricing because this dropped to like I think like 17 or something. A lot of these are just like really expensive. Like you see 20, a lot of these are around $20 that they bought it for. But I see some 16s to 18s. Yeah, that seems like kind of correct. Was there any like any one big sale? Let's see. I see 14s the most, but most people don't have a ton of quantity, so they probably just have buy from like many sellers to like flush it out. But yeah, a ton sold, and yeah, the price is back up. And honestly, it's just kind of a no-brainer sort of thing. Like 151, a lot of people want to get into. Packs are a little expensive. I'm kind of seeing if we're going to have another like reprint of Blue Waters before April, because that's kind of I think for Sea and Sky, when I look at the graph for that, I can actually pull up right here. So Sea and Sky, Crown Zenith went out of rotation in April this year, and then 151 goes out of rotation of April next year. So you look at Sea and Sky, the spike like happened, like a lot of volume was bought around probably around like February, I think. So I don't remember the exact time. It was like February or March is when most of the Sea and Sky, I think that was probably the last wave, because I remember after that kind of died down. So probably around this point is I'm hoping some other one happens. So the price did technically rise, but Sea and Sky was kind of so cheap back then that like it's so cheap back then that it was still okay price. You see, if it goes to 110 all the way to like 200, is still a great time to buy. So 151, I'm not sure how much bluing would drop at that point, but I think it would be at a discount. It's kind of like not safe, but like I'd rather buy Prismatic at this price than 151, honestly. And I'm kind of betting on that a little bit more. But yeah, for blooming, I'm kind of anticipating that. And with that, people are looking for other 151 plays. And the singles are kind of still pretty obvious because like the ATBs are still expensive. Like, why would you open ATB at this point? And so the number of ETB like promos like limited out there. Like people are gonna want this. The PC ETB is ridiculously expensive, so this is gonna be a very difficult card to get basically. At some point. So someone made a play for the 200 ETB. Went up $15. They've been around 415 for a while, trying to break to 420. There's only one left. I'm gonna see what people bought these for. A lot of these were bought around 400. So what people did was that they pretty much waited until it went down to 400, and they bought all the $400 ones. And so there's definitely a little target stuff there, because you see ETB demand rise. There's a big one, 16 sold, then they kind of cooled off. The people waited for more to show up. And yeah, it seems like ETBs are definitely like going to rise after this. For 151 UPCs, I think they're down like $10 from yesterday, or up. Let's see. UPCs are up $10 from yesterday. They went to 590, and so they're starting to recover back. Bundle displays are down 5. Blooming Waters is up $2, and bundles are down like $1.50. But UPCs also something else that people would try and get. There hasn't been like as much targeted buyout for these, but you definitely see the demand rising. So see, like this I feel like this was kind of slow period where people were like, oh, okay, I don't know, like we'll wait. And then this is where you see the build up. So I mentioned in my video yesterday that like 151, some of the prices kind of fluctuate, but you do see the sales kind of pick up. So like over here, the last couple of days for ETBs, for UPCs, for last week, it's been selling 2 or 3 per day. Bundles we're seeing that to start on October 7th, and now they kind of cooled down a little bit. I wonder if there's like a restock or something. I'm not really sure, but it went back down to 100 all of a sudden when it was around 105. Most of these are like smaller sellers, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a restock people just got for vending machines and are listing them. Because it's not a lot of quantity. Most people just have one of them. Number of packs sold. Actually, I don't know if I added up the number of packs sold today, but over here you see 31 packs sold, which is actually more than normal. I'm just gonna look through this. So that's about these are 15. So that actually seems pretty accurate. 31 packs sold. and the pack price is still like is around 1550 for the most part. There are some cheaper ones over here. For like there's about 70 packs for about $15 or 15.25, but most of the people want to sell for 15.50 or more. So pack price is still doing pretty well. Like it's only down like $1 ish from like before. So yeah, everyone knows 151 is gonna do really well. So I wouldn't recommend giving up your 151 right now. For PCTBs, still around 930, and you see like still these four over here. So these haven't made a move yet. I think someone will make a move eventually. Blooming Waters went up $2, sold 0 yesterday, 1 sold today. Yeah, a lot of people I feel like a lot of people want to sell their Blooming Waters, but they're asking for like a little too much. And because they're like, oh, it's gonna go up. But yeah, I have some offers. I'm like, yeah, it's a little too high. I'd rather buy Prismatic. But it's nice because a lot of the prices are actually around 190, but like the lower sellers is about 180, so you can get you can quote that market price, get a better price sometimes. Bundle displays, no sales last couple of days. They're still around 1600. Binders are still around 144. One sold yesterday, one sold today. And Maton displays, no sales since October 2nd. I'm just gonna make sure the graph didn't break. Yeah, really sad for bundle displays. All right, you all knew this would happen. Destined Rivals pretty much back at $400. There's only one box left at about $393, $394, and it goes to $399. Basically, already $400. Demand did drop a little bit from like the 20s to like 15 yesterday, but still doing pretty good. And not really sure where it'll go to now. Like it's the next prices are heading toward 410. Devastation still has 17 boxes, which at 403, which is going to put up a price ceiling on things for now. But still, like really good recovery. Like it kind of makes sense. Like pretty much every time Pokemon Center releases like a really like a reprint of a really like popular item, like a PCTB or a booster box, the prices usually go like recover in some time. Like sometimes it takes a little longer, especially like PCTBs. But yeah, Destined Rivals like booster boxes are already going back up. So they're up $7. And you know, cases are still about $433 a booster box. If I use the $400 price, that means they're about $30 to $35 more. It's not as bad as before. Like I remember seeing like 40s to 60s. PCTBs are also up $3, but ETBs are down $7. Cases are they're not selling like great, but they sold at least one yesterday and one 2 days before that. So they are selling at this price. So maybe maybe you'll see some more deals, but we also might be seeing the bottom. Because as booster boxes go back up, like cases still have that premium. Like Pokemon Star is not going to release cases. Only distribution will give us that. And then one sold yesterday PCTBs, two sold today for and yeah, these are just hovering. A lot of sellers around 350. It can go back to 370, but yeah, the benchmark used to be 390. Yeah, the ETBs, the demand is rising, and now 9 sold yesterday, 5 sold today. Just going to look at the price points. There's just one cheaper seller for about 112. Then it goes back to like 117 to like 119, and the booster bundles are $54. They've been selling more lately, 52 yesterday, 47 today, but they're still around like $55 at most. All right, Mega Evolution Whale lists about 140 booster boxes for cheap. So these are $295, like a little bit less than before, but you definitely see a lot of things dropping. Even after that, you see $60 here. So gaming company, yeah, it's one of the bigger sellers, and you're seeing these drop pretty consistently to $295 now. This other box is still at $305 and has a little more fight in it. There's not as much supply until 310, but still, like, it's still about 14 boxes. Total number of mega cases or boxes sold was about 57, so not too bad. But you definitely see a lot of price drops. So over here, you see, yeah, this box is down 10, the other box is down 8. Lucario TVs are down $5. Gardevoir normally TVs down $3. The PCC is only down $1 or $2. But most importantly, cases are down $5. And it still brings the case price down to cheaper than loose booster boxes. It's $288 a booster box now versus like $295 and $305. So we'll continue to see case prices. We'll continue to see cases being bought just because they're still the cheapest option. 0 sold yesterday, 1 sold today. So it did slow down a little bit, which is not really a great sign for Mega. A lot of people are desperately trying to sell these off for like $17.30 right now. Yeah, like it's not really looking the best for Mega right now. Still pretty good set. For PCCBs, so 4 yesterday. They're still around 240, but they have some potential rise to 250. For the Gardevoir PCCB, they're at 232. Sold 4 yesterday, and they could go 240, but not as much range. For Mega Evolution Lucario boxes, they dropped to 94. They haven't been like this low very often. So 50 so yesterday. They're still selling pretty consistently though. They're one of the main items that hasn't really dropped in demand. It's been about 50 per day in last week. And yeah, but a lot of people trying to sell these were like 50, 95. I see Gaming Company again at a 67 quantity. They're about the same price as Gardevoir, which is about 94 now. 30 sold yesterday. And yeah, people like all these sellers are trying to sell for about the same price, like 93 something. And then Mega Evolution bundles, you see 40 sold yesterday. These are around $55. All right, for Prismatic, ETBs are fine past 140, so we've entered a new sort of stage for ETBs. So they've been hovering around 140, like really almost there. There's always been one or two sellers, and what you see now is that we're falling at like 141. And after these two sellers, it goes to 142. These are a little cheaper because both these sellers have 5 available, and they have like a shipping rate. So it ends up being this is like 137 an ETB if you buy all 5, and this ends up being about 136. So just some cheaper deals. Everyone wants them. This one has more feedback, so it's probably a little safer. But yeah, we're heading toward like it's not nothing too crazy, but you see it heading to 143, 144. I said before for the yearly graph, you see like 140 was like the peak after release. So we're heading past the peak, and we might see a little more growth for these. I'm not fully sure, but yeah, we're not sure how much more they'll reprint this. Like people speculate, the 151 ETB they stopped printing after a while, and then it shot up. It's a little different case. Like there's a reason why the 151 ETBs are still up, and there was some previous stuff happening with those, but yeah, these are now 1560 a pack. So much more expensive than loose packs. Like it's almost double the loose pack price, or probably like 70%, something like that. You're still seeing a lot of demand for packs and bundles. So number of packs sold today was 154 packs sold today, and I think 154 packs sold yesterday, and about 151 today. So about 150 already both days if you add it up. You can't really see on the graph, but you'll see like these pictures, you say 50 here, 50 here. People just buy a lot of packs, 106 over here. And yeah, what you see with this, so that's the pack one. Bundles are selling for about 101 after, so 123. What you're seeing is that the prices are stabilizing slightly. So I said that the pack price was going back up to about $9 again, which is really great because the value of Prismatic is going back up. And you kind of show like people are like, hey, that's a little too cheap. There's quite a bit of bunch around 880, 890, but just the fact that it's recovered like that is a really good sign. For bundles, they're around 62 now, and like they're a little stronger over there. Like I've heard that these had like quite a bit of extra supply recently from some restocks. Also, Gaming Company here is not quite undercutting everyone, or actually is kind of undercutting everyone, putting 235 bundles. So eventually, like this will be a pretty good deal, but this will let bundles be a little cheaper. So if anyone wanted to pick them up locally, like it's a great time. Just because like if you get them for like $55 or less, pretty good price for booster bundles. If people check TCG Player, like unless people buy out the 235 bundles, like we're not really see the price rise as much. Lucario boxes, yeah, you see in courting as they've been more consistently like 120. Demand dropped to like 9. This will probably behave like Blooming Waters, where like it'll probably rise to like, let's say rise like 130, 140. And then when we get more supply, it'll drop back down. So it'll probably go up and down, up and down. But so you can kind of make some plays there. Like if you want it cheap now, you get like now. If you want to get later, it'll be a little more expensive, and then you can get on the next run. Like for me, I'm kind of aiming for when there's a drop each time, try to get it when it's cheap. Eventually, it will like do something like Blooming, where it will like just go way up, because the pack price will be so expensive. ETBs, the cases, they finally sold one today after not having a sale for like 4 days. They're right at 1700 now, so I think they're down. Like they've been around like 1725 or 17 something. So these are a little down. There's like a bunch of cases. Actually, this all over here has like 7 cases at 1700. So if you want to pick up cases, like possibly a good opportunity. I'm not really sure how much these will drop, but everyone knows that like these are no, these aren't like there's not infinite amount of these only, so maybe we'll have like cases and like the ETB price is rising, and they do correlate a little bit. SBCs, two sold yesterday, three sold today. They're around 310, and yeah, a lot of they're around 310 to 320. That's kind of their normal range. I'm just gonna look at the price changes real quick. Yeah, ETBs and bundles up $1. SBCs are actually down $10 from yesterday, so there's like a cheaper deal right now. PCTBs down 3. Bundle displays are down 30, and then Lucaro box are down about $1. For yeah, bundle displays down 30. Like this is interesting. I mentioned yesterday how like there was like a lot of people buying up the picture listings to kind of like thin out this listing. And now you're seeing prices around 1550. And yeah, this is heading back to like 1500, and people weren't buying them, and now we're back to 1550. For PCTBs, we're just above 400. So one sold yesterday, one sold today. These are still around 410 in general. For maintenance displays, there's no sales in the last few days. There is a buy opportunity for anyone who wants them. I know they're a little slow, so might not be the most interesting thing. Like they are still like I think 11.75 a pack. But Card Fathers here put up 20 over here, and there's $15 shipping. So if you buy all of them, like it ends up being about about 188 maintenance display. So not a bad price compared to like the normal like 200. So just like a discount on that. And then for EV promos, we see EV promos start to spike up in demand. There's a little more interest in here. I see the Snorlax promo also went up in demand, but you see like 88 sold, 73. So we're going back to like the 70 plus cards per day versus like it was dropping down to like 30 to 50. Prices are a little cheaper, around like 1250 or something. So that's also why people are probably buying this as it's on sale right now. All right, Paldean Fates bundle displays keep dropping. They're down to 1147, down $32 or $33 from yesterday. Bundles are also down $1, and so are PCTBs. And yeah, we still haven't fully seen these go back up, but yeah, there's some good deals over here. These two sellers have it for about $11.50 each. Really not a bad price. About 100. It's about $20 a pack, about $115 per bundle, compared to like bundles around 97. Honestly, bundles are gonna go back up, especially when Paldean Fates goes back in print. They're just kind of like down right now. I want to look at the bundle supply. We're at 347. Yeah, demand is still doing okay. You see 10 sold yesterday, 5 sold today, and we're still seeing like they're still around $100. So we're not really sure how far this will go down, but definitely we're definitely testing to see when it'll bomb out. For the normal ETBs, demand spiked to 4 sold yesterday, 1 sold today. The demand for normal ETBs has just been really good. Hasn't really been enough to raise the price, but it's been enough to prevent it from really dropping. And so like I think eventually we'll see resurgence of these back. For PCTBs, they're around 428, down $1. 1 sold today, and yeah, they've been selling better the last week, selling about 1 every day. So that's every other day. So I'm also waiting for these to go back up. For the loose packs, we see 39 sold yesterday. Pretty good. We see the cheapest is $13.79. And just as a reminder, I haven't checked every single Paldean Fates product, but this text sticker collection case is still a really good price per pack wise. It's about 12.36 a pack, so just way cheaper than loose packs. And obviously this is like something worth keeping sealed probably, but if you need the loose packs, like either way, I'm surprised people aren't buying up these things, but I guess people aren't buying up a lot of loose packs either. All right, Crown Zenith pack demand rising. See this big spike over here, 60 sold. There's been some spikes throughout some of this week actually. A lot of them was 60 packs sold. PC 60, just sort of, I don't know, people, I don't know if it's like one person or not. You could have bought for more people, but yeah, 60. I see some 17s and 16s. A lot of the pack prices are around like 14.15 slash 14.30, and like it's your opportunity to get some cheaper Crown Zenith packs. I haven't really checked the other items, but you might be able to get cheaper prices. But yeah, people are still buying this. Demand kind of rise recently. I want to just see like it's been actually pretty level the last couple of months. For bundles though, I'm noticing that demand is pretty consistent, selling like 2 per day, like every day slash every other day. And people are buying the dip bundles like right here. These are 122, but they're not really dropping below like 125. So bundles are still doing pretty well. For PCTBs, they're still selling pretty well, selling about 1 per day every other day. we were buying them around this 415, 420 price. Someone actually bought one for 400. Sea and Sky, sold 0 yesterday, 1 today, still around the same price. JM Sneakers still on sold. And then ETBs sold 1 yesterday, 1 today, still around the same price. All right, Phantasmal Flames, we see about 45 booster boxes sold combined. You see on this listing, 26 sold yesterday, 37 sold today. And if you add up the 26 from yesterday to 3 cases sold yesterday as well, that's about 45 boxes. 2 cases sold today as well. You're seeing case demand still really good. Just really a lot denser than normal. And the prices aren't necessarily changing still, but still a good amount of demand being flushed out. For booster bundles, booster bundle demand has been a lot higher lately. About 20 to 25 per day last couple of days. Usually it's about like 15 or so. For normally TBs, they're around 150 and sold about 14 yesterday. And for PCTBs, they're around 600, sold 0 yesterday. Yeah, ETBs have actually gone down about $10. They've been around 160 and now they're going down. So I've released, most ETBs are releasing around 100, so I really wouldn't buy at these higher prices. All right, joining together booster boxes. So this one's down $10, but still doing pretty well. There is only one listing available, and I didn't notice this, but I looked this up. I was like, wow, Trading Card World's undercutting everyone, trying to get rid of these 5 boxes, and I was like, did something happen? Did they run out of supply? Because I looked at the listing over here for the cases, and the case one, they still have a ton of cases, I think. 51 cases selling for $16.50. We're getting to the point that if the cases kept rising, they would have been forced to increase their price. I know we could have gotten rid of this price ladder, but then the price dipped a little bit. That hasn't made sales for cases since October 10th. Still a really great deal. Especially because you're definitely seeing the increase in booster box demand. You see this, right? Selling about 2 3 per day last couple of days. 3 sold yesterday, 2 sold today. What people are paying for these is around 270, 265, 270. They're paying more for loose boxes than they are for cases. So it just it shows some sort of interest. I'm not fully sure where it is. I was like, is it people opening? Is it people just want to get some of it in it? Because I think a lot of people they might not have these anymore. A lot of people probably got rid of them already. And then 4 sold yesterday for this box. 1 sold today, and for this box over here, this has a little more bunch up around 260, the enhanced one. So yeah, the non-enhanced one's still around 270. This one's about 260. Did I mix those two up? I'm not really sure actually. But yeah, so I still think cases are really, really cheap, but then again, you could buy other things. And then the PCTBs, they're at 193. So they sold 1 today, but they're still just hovering around 195, not really able to get to 200. Honestly, I'd probably go for other PCTBs too, but PCTBs are down $2. Black Bolt White Flare demand numbers. I'm gonna go over the White Flare first. The demand for White Flare PCTBs has been 0. No sales since October 11th. I looked at that. I was like, is graph broken? No, there's really been no sales. This has been around 210, and it's not surprising because there's no price ladder. Everyone's trying to sell for around the same price. Actually, these are 190, and it goes 210. But yeah, there's not as much of a gain. But 190 really isn't that bad. Actually, that's 200. So about 200 isn't that bad. There's not as much of a rise. Black Bolt's about 210, and comparing that, Black Bolt makes more sense. And yeah, you do see more demand for Black Bolt. 0 sold yesterday, but sold a 1 a day before that. Price ladder though wise, this could go up to 220 mostly. That's the main potential for it. For ETBs sold a few more yesterday, 18 sold compared to normal 12. These are struggling to even maintain $88. They're 84 now, so they're actually lower than normal. White Flare is maintaining its normal $82. 15 sold yesterday, 14 sold today. Yeah, it could go up to 84, but it's just been, at least it's good that it stayed at the same price. Black Bolt bundles down 57. 13 sold yesterday, and 57 is not bad, but 60 would be way better. And White Flare bundles, 29 sold yesterday, and they're still around $50. All right, Final Fantasy cases keep dropping as expected. I told you guys it would definitely drop because supply was way too high. So 7,700 is now the cheapest price for a case. You see 1 sold today for about 77.25, and yeah, just prices getting cheaper. Before it was around, I think 80. Before it was around $7,800, now it's 7,700. And the price per pack is about 107. We're starting to get back down to where it dropped to before. It was like the lower 77,000s, like maybe like 7,200, 7,400. Collector box is also down $14, so it's just under $100 a pack now. You're seeing play boxes up 6, get bundles down 4, and other things are up like $1 or 2. The collector packs actually went up to 120, which is really interesting. But yeah, you're seeing the really 2 cheap cases for 7,700, and this one over here, Thunder Collectibles, dropped down to 7,725. So they're the ones with the large amount of cases, so they're probably trying to really get rid of their supply right now. Everyone else, they're still around like the 8,100s, so it's like in the next 1,000 mark. For collector boxes, you see 2 sold yesterday, 3 sold today, and yeah, we're finally seeing things drop below 1,200 now. And the range is now 1,200 to 1,220. Packs sold, pack sold 4 yesterday, 8 today. Pack prices somehow went up to the 120. It's even close, like 120, 122, 123. So like I don't know what's going on. Final Fantasy's not done yet. I guess someone maybe bought the cheaper packs. I do see some of the cheaper packs being bought. I'm not really sure why, but it does help the pack price a little bit. So yeah, demand is maintaining like okay-ish. You see like 8 sold today. So maybe someone wants to manipulate the pack price. For Omega packs, 5 sold yesterday, 4 sold today. So demand's kind of rising a little bit. Actually 2 sold today, 4 sold the other day. And yeah, they're about 119 now. I'm just hovering around 120. They're actually cheaper than loose packs, which is a definite buy because you get extra stuff. For Japanese, they're 688. No sales pretty recently. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, Japanese is not gonna have anything happen except for drops. For play boxes, they're still selling about 14 per day, and yeah, they're still around 240 for play, or they went up to 240. Play box cases, yeah, still really sad. No one's been buying these. And there's still like these really cheap. There's now 2 sellers of really cheap cases. Now there's 5 available. So these have just dropped so much. They went up to like 1,400, 1,500, now in 1,200s. Pretty sad. Gift bundles are at 175 now. These also kind of keep dropping. 9 sold yesterday, 6 sold today. And yeah, there's one seller what 175, but yeah, I don't know what play box is getting cheaper. It's not really a surprise. And then Spiderman is just pretty stable around 470. 4 sold yesterday, which is actually more than normal, and then 21 sold today. I really think that this is probably the bottom. This really does seem like the bottom with my non-magic expertise. Play boxes though, they can go down as much as they want. They're at 135 now. 30 sold yesterday. But yeah, the collector box is probably where the main rise is going to happen. That wraps things up for this video. I hope you walked away with a better understanding of the market. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more deep dives in the Pokemon market. Tell me what's the next big investment you're considering in the comments. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you all later.